So I'll share an experience first. So there is a Kanya and she started coming to the center some days back. And yesterday I was sitting and talking with her. And I asked her, so when did you do the course? So she had done the course somewhere else in March. And then she had shifted here. So I asked her, what did you understand until now? So she said that I understood that Shiv Baba is the Supreme Father and he has come in the body of Brahma Baba and he is guiding us. And then I asked her, so do you listen to the Murli every day? So she said, no. I just listen to the Murli on Thursdays, Sundays, and if there is a center, I just visit. So I told her, if you understood that Shiv Baba is the Supreme Soul, and you understood that he has come, and you understood that he is creating Golden Age, and he is giving us the study for that, then why wouldn't you listen to the Murli every day? So then she said, I don't know. So you see, this is what Baba says, that you need a lot of yoga power to really understand the things that you think you understand. So, real understanding is when your actions, your choices, your lifestyle reflect what you think you know. But if there is a gap between what you know, what you speak, and what you do, that means you've not really understood. And Baba gives us the knowledge which is very new. And this is why this knowledge has to be thought about. You have to give it a thought. If you don't give it a thought, so there was this one person and he was just telling me that these days I think a lot about the dangers of AI. So I said, but how did you start thinking about it? So he said, I watched some stuff, some documentary, something, and then I just started thinking about, how we're just recklessly going towards a path which makes us very out of control. So I told him, and then he said, it's like something that really has created a worry inside me. And I feel worried about the way we are using phones and laptops and other stuff which is always listening to what you're doing. So I was telling him that, you see, whenever you think about something, then you start realizing it and it starts, it starts bothering you if it's something dangerous. But why would you think about something that you can't do anything about, but it only bothers you? Yes, but when you think about knowledge and you think deeply about knowledge, it doesn't create a sense of bothering, it creates a sense of calmness, strength, it's responsibility. It creates a sense of, I'm in control, because knowledge is all about who you are, what you're capable of doing, and it gives you the power to create your own destiny. So, but then you have to think deeply about knowledge. And Baba gives us the knowledge, but until and unless we sit in silence and churn the points of knowledge in remembrance of Baba, in the company of Baba, it doesn't really get instilled in us. So Baba says there is a lot of importance of knowledge, and there is a lot of importance of yoga as well. And knowledge is that which takes you across, but knowledge can only be internalized when you have yoga and you sit in the company of Baba and churn it. And every point of knowledge contains immense power, and it has the capacity to invoke your virtues. Every point of knowledge. But do you churn about it enough? That's the question. For example, today Baba says that I tell you the importance of Abu. Yes, but there are many children who have never visited Abu. Baba's children who have never visited Abu. And then there are many Baba's children who don't visit Abu frequently. So, Abu has to be visited every 6 months. If you understand the importance of Abu, that this is the place where Shiv Baba comes and grants everyone's salvation. And this is the place which is filled with the blessings and the power of Baba's tapasya. So if you have that kind of, if you attach that kind of importance to Abu, then it will reflect in your actions that you make it a point to visit Abu yourself, and also make it a point to make your family members visit Abu. Because you know that, in bhakti they say, if you, the biggest, punya karma you do is make somebody visit a place of pilgrimage. Yes, you take them to pilgrimage. And Baba says, Abu is the true pilgrimage, the only place of pilgrimage, because it is in Madhuban that Baba comes and grants us salvation. So Baba says, would you not make it a point to visit Madhuban yourself and take your family members to Madhuban if you knew the importance of Madhuban? But most children don't do that. They don't even, give invitations. There are so many programs for newcomers, programs for everybody announced for Madhuban. But why don't people invite? Why don't even, Baba's children invite their friends and family or their colleagues or their known ones? Because you don't understand the importance of Madhuban. So Baba says, it's very important to understand every point of knowledge that Baba gives. And when you understand it, it reflects in your actions. And Baba says that when you understand knowledge, then how much knowledge you have understood will be reflected in the seva you do. So your seva is an indicator of the knowledge that you understand. And if you understand the knowledge, if you understand that, Baba has come and this is the time for every soul to receive mukti and jivan mukti, then would you not invest your body, mind and wealth in this task in this huge task that Baba is carrying out, from where everybody is receiving mukti and jivan mukti. So Baba says, what you understand is reflected in your seva. And if somebody doesn't do any seva, it means that they have not understood that Shiv Baba has taken on the responsibility of such a big task. So let me at least contribute one finger. Baba says those who contribute a full finger. And what is a full finger? A full finger is made of 3 parts: tan, man and dhan. So body, mind and wealth, that is the full finger. And Baba says those who support Baba's task with body, mind and wealth, those are the ones who have really understood knowledge, because then they understand that this knowledge is, and you see, when you benefit from knowledge, then you understand it's so important that every soul receives this knowledge. And there is a huge task going on. There are so many children who have dedicated their lives and they are doing seva day in and day out. So at least we could support the whole yajna with body, mind and wealth. Even if I cannot take ownership of any task completely, at least let me be a support. So Baba says that is the sign that you have understood knowledge. And Baba today says that Baba is the Almighty, the highest on high, and we must have regard for Baba. And you know what is regard? So, you know, there is, I remember there was in one Murli, Baba used a very interesting expression. It was Langda Man. You know, Langda Man means lame regard. And it really stuck with me. And in that Murli, Baba explained that sometimes, you know, people express their regard only by saying I have regard, but it doesn't reflect in their actions. Yes, and that is called lame regard. So, you know, so if you say to Baba that Baba, you're my everything and you're my father, teacher, Satguru, you mean a lot to me, the only one I love and respect is you, but you don't do what Baba says, then is that true regard? So Baba says, I do not want the titles that, you know, people in the world, we live on the surface of our skin, and in the world what matters is what title you gave, what shawl you made, you venerated somebody with. You know, these are the things that matter. But Baba says, no, in my case, when you do what I ask you to do, that is regard. And Baba says, when you, so especially about seva, Baba says that I ask you to be my right hand in the creation of this new world order. And if you do that, then you have regard for me. Then Baba talks about avagya today, disregard. So Baba also talks about, you know, how some children disregard Baba and, you know, do the opposite of what Baba says. And one thing Baba says is, when you visit Madhuban, then Baba says, for Baba Milan, then you must know that when you visit for Baba Milan, you must be practicing purity of food, of, you know, the celibacy, and the purity of body, mind, wealth, purity of thought, word, action. So Baba says it's very important that you pay attention to purity. And do not visit Madhuban in Baba Milan if there is not the dharana of purity. And Baba says this is regard. And if you disobey, yes, so there are many children who lie. There are many children who don't think that it's such a serious matter. And Baba says, if you disobey, then you receive punishment. Yes, and Baba says, I'll tell you one thing. So when it comes about, when it is about disobeying and disregarding, so there was this one person who said that nowadays there is only Baba Milan where they show a video. So basically Baba is not there, so then why can't we go now? So there's this one person who said that to me, and I told them, you know what, Baba tells us that Baba is the Satguru who will purify us and will take us back with himself. And Baba says that all the gurus in the world, they leave, they don't take their disciples with them. They don't leave with the disciples, they leave without the disciples. But Baba has told us that he will not leave without us. So even after Brahma Baba left the body, Baba took a rath and he came and met us. So now when Gulzar Dadi left the body, so Baba knows that there is nothing new to tell children, because whatever knowledge Baba had to give has been shared. So that old recording is played, but Baba sits there because it is Baba's promise that Baba will come and meet children. That's why it's called Avyakt Milan. If it was not Baba's presence, why would it be called Avyakt Milan? So you cannot dismiss something that Baba says. So it's not like Baba doesn't come and meet children, but because there is nothing new to say, then why take a instrument and say it? So the thing that Baba has said, and that also accurately is repeated according to the drama, but Baba sits there, and those disciplines still have to be kept intact. So these things, we as humans, we think in a very body conscious way, and that's why we sometimes don't understand how Baba works. You think it's a big deal for Baba to take a third instrument? It's not a big deal, but why would Baba do that if there is nothing new to say? Why would Baba take? Baba never takes extra help. And anybody becoming a new instrument will be extra help that Baba takes. And Baba will have to compensate for that. So why would Baba take that extra help? Why would Baba take that loan? So Baba has already spoken what he had to speak. So he just sits in the hall while there is, that Avyakt Milan going on. And if you're really sensitive to Baba's presence, you will feel it. So Baba says that this is why you have to have regard for the rules, for the guidelines, for the directions that Baba gives you about everything. And today Baba talks about the direction that Baba has given, that remember Baba. And Baba says there are many children who don't follow that direction, and they continue to choke within. Yes, so there is always this, this wandering of the intellect. They are remembering friends and family, they are remembering things of the world, they are remembering news of the world. And then you see, these children, they don't realize that if you don't remember Baba, then slowly, gradually, you will become an instrument of disservice. Because you see, if you don't remember Baba, then your intellect doesn't have the refinedness. you don't become clean and pure. Your sins are not burned. Your vices do not leave you. And then what happens? You are living, you are one of the Brahmins, and then nothing about you is Brahmin like, because you're listening to everything, but there is no dharana. And then when you speak, you act, then that becomes a method of disservice. And the interesting thing about body consciousness is, in body consciousness, you never realize what you're doing. Yes, I've seen people suffer so badly that, your heart skips a beat seeing them, but then they don't realize they are suffering. They don't realize they are suffering. They only think that, this one did wrong, that one did wrong, but they don't feel the pain. They are so busy blaming that they don't even feel the pain of their suffering. And it is pathetic how body consciousness can make you behave, how body consciousness can just, take you away from the realization of what you're doing, what you have become. And I remember there was this one brother, he drank so much that his liver failed. He was in the hospital shouting at the nurses and doctors, and he was behaving so badly. And then I told him, you should meditate. He said, no, I don't need to meditate. These nurses need to meditate. They are not doing their job well. So I said, if there is something wrong with the nurses, then why are you suffering? So he said, no, I'm not suffering. I'm fine. I have money. I'm in the hospital. So you see, this is how your intellect gets damaged in body consciousness. And do you think that those children who do disservice, they understand they are doing disservice? They never understand. They only think that, whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm doing is absolutely right. And they don't understand how much of pap karma they are creating out of it. But Baba says this will happen if you don't pay attention to Baba's Srimad, that you have to remember Baba. And if you keep choking in, this one said this, that one said that, you remember this one and that one, and you remember the things of the world, then slowly, gradually, you will become an instrument of disservice. And Baba says, if you keep regard for Baba's teachings, then you will become pure and serviceable. And it's, service doesn't require you to even open your mouth. If you're clean and pure, you do service anyway. Even seeing you is getting a glimpse of what Baba creates. So Baba says that this is very important, that you don't, Baba in Hindi says, gutka mat khao. Gutka means don't allow your intellect to keep wandering here and there, and getting attached in this problem and that problem, and getting messed up in this one's opinion and that one's experience. Just remember Baba. And this is very, very important. And I have seen children who finish their BK journey and they keep repeating, I am right, I am right, I am right. And they have everything they did, whatever tapasya they did, whatever seva they did, they just lose everything. And then Baba says, if you go into vice, then all the knowledge you have will flow away. Yes, because all the knowledge that you imbibed will not come to any use for you. You will know you are a soul, but you will not feel the power or the immortality or the eternity, the sense of, that I'm eternal and I'm deathless. You will never feel that. All the knowledge will get just washed away if you go into vice. And Baba says it's very important. And then Baba says, when the knowledge gets washed away, then what happens is you become stone headed, stone intellect. And stone intellect means you're listening to the knowledge, but that knowledge will not retain in your intellect. So, have you seen children who do very well for a long time, and then because of their own vicious karma, they lose interest in the murli, they lose interest in seva, they lose interest in everything. Why? Because that is the consequence of pap karma, of vices. So Baba warns us of all these things. And do you know what is the biggest loss in Sangam Yuga? When you lose interest in knowledge, yoga and seva. That's the biggest loss. Yes, because you found Baba, and Baba is uplifting you, making a deity out of you through knowledge, yoga and seva. And if you lose interest in these things, then how will you uplift yourself? And that is the biggest shrap that Ravan gives when you fall into vice again and again after coming to Gyan. So you don't pay attention to Baba's directions that you have to stay pure. So yoga and purity, they are very important. Otherwise, the Brahmin journey suffers. And I don't know, but I value this Brahmin life more than my physical life. Because, if the physical life ends, this Brahmin life will pay off. But if this ends, then you don't receive anything. So you must keep this journey going. And that is the biggest responsibility in Sangam Yuga, to keep yourself alive. Don't let Maya kill you, and don't let Maya finish your Brahmin journey. So this is something. And then Baba today says that in the world people waste a lot of time, money and energy, and people are very fixated with the skin. They only attached importance to the skin. And you see that Baba gives the example that when somebody dies, then what do? They will take the ashes, go to distant places, sprinkle it, feed so many Brahmins, have so much of bhoj. Yes, all of this they do, spend so much time, energy and money for the body. Yes, that body which is devoid of the soul. So Baba says all this is waste of time, money and energy. But people think that, and it is very morally inaccurate according to social standards if you don't do all that. Yes, and then they will tell you, the whole world will tell you that you are a bad son or a bad wife or a bad husband because you did not do all these rites for your husband or wife or parent who departed. Yes, but so there is a very flawed sense of responsibility. So the sense of responsibility doesn't lie in serving the soul while they are alive. The sense of responsibility lies in performing the rites after they are dead. So this is very interesting. So all the responsibility that you, that you carry out is about how you dispose the body, what you do after that. So all those rites and rituals determine how good a wife you were, how good a husband you were, or how good a child you were. So this is how the world sees it. And Baba says that all this is just wastage. So when a soul leaves the body, in Satyug, the body is handed over to the cremator and then over. They don't do all this in Satyug. So just think about it. In Satyug, the body is pure, and you don't even do these things for the pure body. But in Kali Yuga, for the impure body, you do so much. And then people think that what you do after the soul leaves the body will determine where the soul takes birth. But the truth is, whatever karma the soul did while in the body determines what birth they will take. So serve the soul while they are in the body so that they can do some good karma, and then when they leave the body they will get a good destination. So Baba says all these are, and then Baba says in the whole world there is this practice of worshipping pictures, and you are very attached to the picture, the idol. So when Shiv Baba comes, you don't listen to him. But then when you see a picture of an idol, you have so much of emotions flowing for the picture. And Baba says this whole world has, there's a very twisted way of thinking, and pictures are held. So you slap a human being, you push a human being with your leg, and then you do this to the picture. So this is how you're treating the picture. And Baba says this whole world has gone crazy with, just pictures. And I just think about this trend after Instagram. And in Instagram, it's all about the pictures, the image. Yes, you never think about the person behind the image. Yes, you how they are looking, how they are dancing, how they are talking, what jokes they are cracking. That's all that matters. And this is also about a picture, and you don't think about the soul. If you thought about the soul, what would you see? You will see a miserable soul, and you will send good wishes to the soul. Yes, you will not laugh at what they are saying. You will not find entertainment in what they are doing if you really saw the soul. Because you see, a soul who is a soul who is so empty inside and vying for attention. And in any case, even those who don't apparently vie for attention, from knowledge we know that every soul right now is patit, and every soul is in sorrow. So if you really saw the souls, you would not take entertainment from them. You would actually nourish them with your good wishes and good feelings and blessings from Baba. So instead of doing Mansa Seva, even Brahmins are looking at reels and videos and finding entertainment in that. But do you not know from knowledge that the person behind that, one who doesn't recognize Baba, is in a lot of sorrow and impurity? Then instead of serving them, how do you make them the instrument to serve you? So people say, this person is very funny and they are making me laugh. But are they making you laugh really? So this is the thing, and Baba says it's a world where everybody is fixated with the skin and the image, and they don't know the real stuff. And then you listen to some actor, some influencer committing suicide, or killing themselves, and then you think, oh, this person was so good and so happy, and how did they kill themselves? No, they were never happy. So why don't you understand from knowledge that no soul who doesn't know Baba, know themselves, who are not remembering Baba, they are not happy, and whatever they are doing is just an act. And you don't have to see the act, you have to see the soul and nourish them with your good wishes. And you have to give them what Baba gives you as a gift. So these are the things that Baba says. And Baba says one very interesting thing today. Baba says that those who make others worship themselves, how can they be worship worthy? Yes, anybody who is worship worthy will never say worship me. It's so profound. And you see, when deities are deities, nobody worships them. The whole of Satyuga and Treta Yuga, nobody is worshipping the deities. When Shiv Baba comes, Shiv Baba liberates you from worshipping. He says, there's no need to worship me. But it is humans who are very body conscious, they say worship me. And Baba says, the one who says worship me can never be worship worthy. And this is such a profound thing that Baba says, and it made me really think that when you are worship worthy, you are never worshipped. When you fall down, you start worshipping and you start expecting people to worship you. Okay, Om Shanti.